Good morning. Good to have you with us. I'm Joe Fryer. Savannah is off today. This morning, Amazon is facing more legal troubles over the business practices of its online mega marketplace. The Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, sued Amazon yesterday, alleging the e-commerce giant is stifling fair competition. The lawsuit is backed by the attorneys general of 17 states, and it argues that Amazon is a monopoly. The FTC alleges that the tech giant's anti-competitive practices put pressure on sellers to agree to their terms and inflates the price of goods, which is then passed on to their tens of millions of customers. Amazon is fighting back. The company's leadership released a statement in response, saying in part, the FTC's focus has radically departed from its mission of protecting consumers and competition. The practices the FTC is challenging have helped to spur competition and innovation across the retail industry. For more, let's bring in NBC News legal analyst Danny Savallo. So, Danny, this was a highly anticipated move by the Biden administration, which has been trying to enforce antitrust laws. Walk us through this lawsuit. How significant is it?
We have a capitalistic system where if you build a widget and you're really good at building your widget, you can dominate the widget industry. Unless you dominate it too much, in which case it's illegal because you have what's called a monopoly. And the FTC is the government watchdog, so to speak, that goes after companies that engage in monopolistic practices. And that's essentially what the government here is arguing, that that's what Amazon is doing. It's using its massive market power to hold down smaller competitors and would-be competitors, people who would like to enter into the industry. One allegation, for example, one of the ones that I think is the most compelling to me, is that allegedly Amazon takes other competitors who are offering a product at lower prices and puts them so low down in the search results that they get no business at all. That way, they can artificially, supposedly, elevate or inflate prices and keep them at a kind of cartel-like set price that is artificial and not based on supply and demand. Now, the challenge here is for the government that to what degree is this improper monopolistic practices, or to what degree is it just good old-fashioned competition?
My understanding is these are hard cases for the FTC to win. I mean, what does the FTC have to prove to win the case?
They have to show that Amazon went beyond simply competing in the industry and essentially put its thumb on the scale, that it unfairly competed and used its power to hold down would-be competitors. But, Joe, you're exactly right. It's a gray area. To one juror or to one fact finder, the same kind of conduct may seem more like, hey, that's crossing the line. But to another person, maybe a small business owner who has scrapped his way up to the top, he might think, hey, man, it's all fair game in the industry.
So how long can a lawsuit like this play out for? Are there any chances that Amazon settles it all?
There are huge chances that Amazon settles. This is a large lawsuit. It doesn't appear that the government is looking to break up the company. That's sometimes the remedy or the relief sought in these cases. I looked at the complaint. They are saying they're not leaving out what they call structural relief. It's a possibility, but the main goal is to basically stop Amazon from doing this. So that's good news for Amazon. It doesn't appear the government is primarily looking to break them up the way they did the airlines or some other monopoly in American history. So in this case, what instead they're looking for is to basically stop the practices. But that doesn't mean this isn't a large case with a lot of parties. 17 states have joined in, all alleging their own violations of state law. This is a case that will, if you're a betting person, it will settle. A lot of them do. Most of them do. Both sides have too much to lose if it goes to trial. Amazon has a lot of risk at trial, and so too does the government. They don't want to bring a case this large and go down in a flaming disaster if Amazon it gets a not liable verdict at trial.
All right. Danny Savalos, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.